Oh my God. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Damn Marketing Podcast. I never thought that this was actually going to be it. We rented out Covey Rise for multiple podcasts today, and we were going to be in the boring living room. You'll see those. Those are coming later with all the dudes. But like, I was like, came in this bathroom and I was like, this could be fun. And I didn't even tell her.
No, I walked in and Emily was like,
no, Kayla.
Oh, Kayla, sorry. Kayla was like, she needs you in the bathroom. I'm like, why?
I was just TTing and need you. No. And then she comes in here and the lights are in here and she's like, why are you making...
I'm not the bathtub. Honestly, I probably would not have worn leather shorts if I
feel like I need to sit a little differently.
We would be in the bathtub.
Okay. Is this better? Okay, because it was hurting my ankle. You don't have to cut any of this. We're solid. Okay. Anyway, I brought Caroline here because last time, number one, our podcast was amazing because we ranted about marketing in general. Yeah. But I wanted this one to be a little bit more about what you do because you're a baddie as a marketing director for FGIA. And you've kind of like blown up their marketing and it's for insurance.
Yeah, so I would say like a year ago, honestly, I wouldn't think that our metrics would look the way that they do now. Because I literally started this position like a year ago this month, like August of 2024, when I came back from being home with Reese. So this month makes 1 year of being vice president of marketing.
And you're like a baddie. What have you seen?
I mean, I don't think that, but coming from like hearing it from other people is nice, you know?
Yeah. I guess before we go into it, I feel like people should know where you work and what you do, but can you tell us a little bit about FGIA? What is it? What do you do?
Yeah, so FGIA, literally, what she's saying is FGIA, and FGIA stands for the Fussell Group Insurance Advisors. And we are I'm looking at this camera.
Whatever camera you want. Me, that one, these. Keep going.
Okay. It's just overwhelming in the bathtub.
Well, I feel like you come from a PR background standpoint, like broadcasting or whatever, and you're used to looking at a camera when I'm like, camera, don't look at me, act like they're not there.
Yeah, and I've never done it in the bathtub before. So
you act like this is not your everyday life?
Just a little thrown off.
Okay,
anyways, the Fussell Group Insurance Advisors, we cover all things health insurance, life insurance, ancillary products. Ancillary products would be things like cancer policies, hospital indemnity plans, dental, vision, hearing, all the things that you can add on to your actual healthcare plan. So literally we say from cradle to grave, we can help you. So we do anything on anybody that's under 65, individual or family insurance, small group. So if you have a small business and it's just you and your spouse, or you have employees, we can help you as well. And then over 65 is the Medicare group that we handle. And then we also do life insurance and the other products as well. So literally life and health insurance from any age.
So just call them.
Yeah.
Call them.
We've been open for 13 years. So my mom launched this business 13 years ago, which means I was 27. So I was 14. So I've literally grown up just listening to it. Yeah. And since I was a kid, I've always been like, I'm not doing that. That is miserable. I'm so tired of hearing you talk about
never say never.
A, B, C, and D.
Never say never.
And M-A-P-D and PDP. Like all the acronyms.
AEP.
And
I know what that is.
And SEP and SOP and da-da-da-da-da. So
I'm done with the piece.
Yeah, it's a lot. So my siblings and I have always made fun of my mom, been like, we're never working for you. Like all you do is say the alphabet. Like that's miserable. But
joke's on you, bro.
Plot twist, in 2017, my senior year of high school, I was actually working at a Mexican restaurant. And
was it Cilantro's?
No, but I'm not going to call them out.
Okay.
But I was the hostess, and I hated my job anyway because, like, ugh. But anyways, I did it because my friends worked there. And I got really mad one day because I realized that the lady that was working the hostess stand with me, that was like part owner of the business, was taking all of my tips. And as a hostess, like your little bit of tips is like all you get, you know?
Yeah.
So I texted my mom, and mom was like, come work for me. So I was like, okay, I guess so. So I literally
twist my arm, mom.
Left the Mexican restaurant that day, went to work for my mom. I started answering phones when I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
Whatever 2017 was.
Oh my God, it's almost 10 years. God, you're old.
I've almost been with her for 10 years.
Wow.
So I've literally watched this agency grow from like 5 people to 200. And we're all over the state. And now we're growing into the panhandle of Florida, which I'm super pumped about.
And she's moving next week. I lied. That's a rumor.
No,
it was a rumor.
I want to move to Seaside. Hunter's just like, how am I going to deer hunt in Seaside? I don't know, figure it out.
It's not about you right now. It's about me.
No, literally, like, figure it out. So, yeah, when I was 19 years old, I started working with my mom. Answering phones is really all I did. That's like all I was capable of at the time. Fussell Group Insurance Advisors, how may I help you?
And then how did you transition, like, then to what?
So I went through so many steps. I've done so much at the agency. So I started doing that. And then I was in charge of like our errors and omissions, which is like the insurance policies for the agents that cover our butts, like if something goes wrong, and like all the licensing and things like that. Then I transferred into the contracting part of things, which is probably the most miserable part of the insurance industry, is like getting licensed, certified, contracted with all the carriers. So I did that for years, probably like 6 years.
Yeah.
I finally found the person to take it over, which is my childhood Aunt Chrissy, my mom's childhood best friend, who works for us now. She's very thorough. She takes over that part. And I also did commissions, which is also miserable. So contracting commissions together, I wanted to beat my head against the wall for a really long time.
Yeah.
One day I looked at my mom. Okay, wait, pause. 2020, I was graduating college, and I was like, let me get my insurance license. I need to be licensed in this. Like, I want to start selling. I want to make commission, all the things. So I got my insurance license a couple months before I graduated college in December of 2020. Is 2020 right?
I don't know. That makes me feel old as hell.
No, I feel like it's actually older than that. I got engaged in 2023. No, I got married in 2023. I got engaged in 2022. So I graduated in 2021.
I'm so old.
Because it was like boom, 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 boom.
Got it.
Literally,
Yep.
my parents looked at me
baby.
and was like, when are you going to stop like throwing life events at us? You're making us broke. Anyways, so got my insurance license, graduated college. In college, I was doing sideline reporting and sports broadcasting for ESPN. Loved it. Before I met Hunter, I was going to travel the world and do that. And then I met Hunter, and I realized how much stake I had in the agency and like the opportunity that was available to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would I leave? I can build a legacy with my mom. And we have so much room to grow, and I would love to be part of that with her. So that's what I did. I stayed. I gave up the broadcasting career. I do miss it a lot, especially like this time of year when football comes back around. I'm like,
You should just you should just start it back up. I mean, look at the girl that ESPN just hired at 22 years old.
I mean, yeah, but like when? Like when I'm not in the bathtub with you?
Yeah, at night, in home, just get a mic in your bed.
Exactly. So like there's no time for it.
No time for sleep.
It was a lot of fun. So now I went on maternity leave and had Reese. So I was out for 6 weeks. My mom was knocking on my door and was like, come back. Actually, 2 days after I had Reese, I was paying commissions. Like 2-day-old baby.
I remember this.
Paying commissions on the couch. But she was like, come back. And I was like, okay, but not for contracting commissions. Like, I need some fun in my life. So she was like, I need you to take over marketing. So I was like, Shelby can help me with that.
Yeah.
So here we are, a year into it, and our metrics have blown up. I want to say, like, I looked at it yesterday, from August of 2024 to August of 2025. We've had over 3 million impressions on social media. So,
And would you classify your business as like quote unquote boring?
yes.
And you still think social media is worth it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a wrap today on this episode of Damn Good Marketing. I'm kidding.
I know I didn't come here just for that.
To sit in a bathtub.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some of the marketing that you have actually implemented in the business. Like, what have you seen as like the biggest driver? And like, obviously just sitting by me, you don't have to say what I want you to say, but I just want you to like really dive in and tell them like, what have you seen has been a big game changer for a business that's quote unquote boring, or that doesn't necessarily think that they should be utilizing it, or whatever the case is?
Yeah. So in the industry, like it's very tricky. The whole marketing aspect of health insurance isn't as tricky as like Medicare specifically, because there are so many like rules and regulations and compliance and things that goes along with Medicare, which you can and cannot say. So that was kind of a curveball for me at the beginning, was learning how I was going to make the message relate to the public, because what we use, our lingo, is like total opposite of what they understand.
Yeah.
So once we got around that curveball, I would say things have been going really well. So we do organic social media. We post 7 days a week. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google My Business. We do Google Ads. And I will say the 3 months that we took away our Google Ads, we did see a drop in our analytics. Our phone calls went down. Our searches on Google went down. Like the address searches went down, all those things. So we have started those back, which was cool to see. Like, because we were against them at first, and we were like, I don't really know if this is making like that big of a difference. I mean, we've had this conversation. And I was like, you know what, Mom, I'm just going to pull it. I'm going to completely pull it. And we're going to go cold turkey on Google Ads, and we'll see what it does. And it dipped like tremendously. So now we've got them up and running again, and those analytics have gone back up. and calls have gone back up. Google searches have gone back up and all the things. So we know that one's working. Organic social has been a big thing for us, especially in the recruiting world.
Yeah.
We recruited 15 new agents just this year, like Q1 and Q2, which is a big goal for us. Because we've never had.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, we have over 200 agents, but we've never specifically had like an actual marketing director and an actual recruiting director. Now we have me and Carly. Carly's our recruiting director. So those are our two main focuses, and we work together to make the message kind of correlate for clients and agents and all the things. But we hit a goal of 15 new agents for Q1 and Q2, which is huge. All licensed, all certified, and ready to roll for annual enrollment in October.
That's freaking awesome.
And most of them, we did a text campaign, which was really cool because it's cheap. And, you know, ROI on things, you always want to go with the lower amount if you can and if it works. So we tested the text campaign to licensed insurance agents, and it worked. It really did. But a majority of them came from organic social media.
So not only do they do social media, guys, they do paid Google, paid social, billboards, postcards. Also are about to start doing media, correct?
We've done TV in the past, but we're about to do it a little bit differently than we have in the past, just because TV commercials themselves, like 30-second spots, 60-second spots, especially in Q4 during like election and sports and all the things, it's really expensive. And it's very competitive to get a good spot, like a good running spot.
ROI makes sense.
Yeah. So we stopped it for, I'd say, like a year now. My dad's our CFO, and he's like, we're not doing any more TV. They're like, it is so expensive. We're not getting an ROI on it. So we pulled it for a while, and then I have been approached by 2 of the stations locally, and they've given us some other options like digital ads and actually branded stories and things like that. So we're going to look at those things with them for Q4. I'm excited to see how those do.
Yeah. And I think too, like when you were thinking about your marketing, and I mean, you've experienced this, not every business is on social media. I mean, not every business consumer is on social media in like the whole grand scheme of things. Like y'all have
a lot of people don't believe in it.
Right. And you have your younger people that are on Instagram. You have your older demographic that's on Facebook, but we have to also see like, where are we missing the mark? Where are we missing the other people that are on Medicare? Where are they at? Like they're watching the news or they're doing these things where they're still old school, where you still have to hit it.
They enjoy checking their mail. They enjoy the newspaper. Yes. They enjoy those things. So we're just trying to hit all of those areas. I will say our postcard is our largest ROI to date for like since I started tracking it last year.
Yeah.
They love to get that. And it is literally the ugliest, most generic postcard ever. It is white with black font, like Times New Roman, like
the basic stuff where they can read.
Total opposite of my Canva.
It's not
stuff.
aesthetics.
It has a beautiful picture of my mom, but I guess that's what catches their eye. And then they read the actual info that they want to read, and they call in, and it's a hot lead right there. I tell my agents, I'm like, if you want these calls, you have to answer them immediately. Like, there's no going to voicemail. There's no calling back. Like, these leads are hot. They're calling in to us, and all of them are 100% viable leads.
What would you tell someone that's, like, teetering the line of, like, I don't necessarily need a marketing budget? See, like, y'all have ideally, when we came into the new year, right, we've had to, like, kind of fight tooth and nail for a bigger marketing budget than we've had with you guys in the past. And what have you seen? Number one, we called last year kind of a rogue year, or what did we call it? Like a test. I think we called it a rogue year.
We were like throwing noodles for the long, see if they stick.
And they did stick. And there was things that we got like great ROI from. So this year we got it refined. And this year is going to be able to tell us like, did this actually work? What actually worked with the budget that we had?
I cannot wait for January to like take all of the numbers from 2024 and all the numbers from 2025, what we spent in 2024, what we did in 2024, what we spent and did in 2025.
To plan for 26.
Like, dissect it.
Yes.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be so good because it tells you.
2 days, not one.
We need like a week.
Yeah.
Y'all's business is way more we can rent this place.
Yeah, we'll just come do it here.
Sit in the bathtub. Whiteboard. Anyway. What would you tell a company that is too scared to invest in their business, whether that's social media? Like you're not, and when you're listening to this, we're not telling you that you need a huge marketing budget where you need to be on traditional media as well as like new modern media, all these things. We're literally telling you that you just need to advertise your business, but you have to understand where your demographic is. So what would you tell them for like a marketing budget, or if they're scared to even invest in their business?
So we're actually expanding into Florida right now. We've recruited an agency. They're the Water Sound Insurance Agency, and 30A, Water Sound, Inland Beach, Rosemary Beach, that area. And they do PNC and things like that, but they want to move into the Medicare space. So they reached out to my mom. She is literally a genius when it comes to that. She's a leader in the industry for Medicare. So we went down there, we met with them. We've recruited them as an agency, and we are going to start helping them build their Medicare side of their agency. And one of the number one things they needed was a marketing plan and a marketing budget from us. They were like, we don't know how y'all are doing what you're doing, but we see that it works, and we need you to do that for us. So I went in, presented a marketing plan, kind of took a lot of the things that we do and just like shrunk it down to a more of a minute scale for them and a smaller budget for them.
Did they freak out?
No, surprisingly not. It was actually last week that we had a budget meeting, and he was like, I'm good with it. Like you guys have done a great job. So I'm cool with whatever y'all want to do. So I'm super excited about that. But we have a 6-figure marketing budget. Yeah. So when it goes to like
multi
6-figure. Yeah. So we have to like really scale it down for someone that's just starting, because you can't just come out the butt with all that money. So what I suggested to them was the postcards, because the high ROI, and with that you can actually get like the parishes and the zip codes of the clients in that area and drop it to them like direct. It's very targeted. I did suggest getting some organic social media up and going. So we'll be working on that very soon. And we're also going to do a couple little billboards here and there and some Medicare 101 seminars, because those in-person events for this demographic of people, like this age group, they love it. So, I mean, he was fine with it. And then, I mean, obviously promo items and things like that for the events, but well, we're going to start there and see how it goes. This will be their first annual enrollment period. They actually haven't even sold a piece of a policy yet. So,
well,
we have one agent, so I'm excited to see what they're looking like in January with this marketing plan.
First off, that's amazing that they didn't even flinch with the marketing plan, because I remember when we were sitting down, we were just like reviewing it before you had your meeting.
I was nervous. I was like, oh my God.
But they took it great, because like a lot of people in businesses in general, whether it's in a boring industry or not, like whatever they do, they don't, I mean, I just had the conversation before you walked in with someone that was like, we haven't been ready for a marketing budget. And they were like, thankfully we've gotten all the business we've gotten this far without really having to market.
Referrals and things, yeah.
But like we are at the point where we're about to have to need a marketing budget for where we want to go.
Exactly.
So whenever you are like looking at someone and they're just like, I'm too scared to invest in my business, like I cannot even have a marketing budget, like there's no ROI, especially when it comes to social media, like what would your advice be to them, especially like working in a business like you do now?
So I would 100% say it's worth it. And one of the things that I did tell the guy that I met with last week is there's two separate sides of marketing. There's branding and there's advertising. Advertising, you can really track that ROI better than you can with branding. With branding, you have to understand you're going to lose your ass on it.
Yep.
But you're branding your business, and that's the most important part, because if you don't brand your business, no one knows who you are. So why are they even going to buy from your ads?
Boom.
Advertising over here?
This episode is brought to you by the Fussell Group Insurance Advisors, where they offer products that provide peace of mind by protecting your health, wealth, and future. They're not just here to help you enroll, they're here to educate, support, and stand by you every step of the way. Whether it's Medicare, health insurance, or life coverage, their local licensed agents are committed to serving you with compassion and expertise. Visit FGIALA.com or call 985-317-5184 to speak with someone that you can trust. The Fussell Group, the gold standard of insurance.
Like,
oh my God, we're gonna clip that. Okay, go.
Anyways, so I always tell them branding has no ROI. So your billboards, even your commercials, things like that, like please don't come to me asking for like a return on investment, because you're not gonna.
Or even organic social media.
That's free, but like still, you're not gonna get a return on investment on that.
Right.
So he understood that. He was like, I totally get it. You guys have built a beautiful brand over 13 years. So like, I obviously have come to you guys for help. I'm going to listen to you, and we'll see how that goes. But when it comes to things like postcards and the Facebook ads with the leads that come through, the Medicare 101 seminars, we can track the ROI on those type of things. And I told him that, and that we will look at that and see how it goes for Q4. And then we can always readjust in Q1. I mean, this will be our first time doing it with them in a different state. I mean, I'm very comfortable with what we have here in Louisiana. We're the largest health insurance agency in Louisiana, so we have a big footprint. A lot of people know who we are, so when it comes to our marketing budget, we're pretty solid. And the strategy, like we really know what we want to do and what works and what doesn't. But like going to Florida, especially a touristy area, like the Watersound 38 area, and trying to implement the same thing is going to be interesting. Different. It's going to be a little different. The everything's different there.
But if you can do it, like think about like then at that point, like what other area would be that challenging? You know what I mean? Like you have one Louisiana that's so sound, like this is residential, this is where people live, and then you have one that's literally seasonal, and like so now you're able to see both markets, and you're able to say like if we can do it over here, then we can really do it anywhere.
That's what we told them. We were like, not to scare you, but like y'all are kind of our goose egg. Like if this works, we're just gonna franchise this baby.
Yes,
just copy paste.
And just to clarify, anybody that's going to come at us for what she just said, yes, you can track like anybody that's coming after me because of like traditional media. Yes, you can track billboards and TV if and only if you, I'm gonna look at the camera. If and only if you have a specific email or a link that has somebody at the other end that does old school tracking written down. They know exactly where that's coming from. It's a different phone number. It's a different link that they're coming from. Then yes, you can track it. But if you're not taking that extra mile, then it really does fall into the category of brand awareness, period.
Exactly. Yeah. So what we've done is we literally have 50 million phone numbers. And if you look at our ads and stuff, you're probably like, okay, this is just another phone number. We use those different phone numbers to be able to track our different marketing efforts. So Billboard has its own, TV has its own, website has its own, organic social media has its own, postcard has its own, Medicare roadmap has its own. All the different pharmacy flyers have its own. So we know what pharmacy's doing better than the other pharmacies. You know, like everything has a tracking number because I like to really see what's working.
What's working and what's not working. Because then when we come into like 2026 budget, we can say, okay, like it did work, but not as well as we thought it did. So
let's take this and
import something else. Better. Yeah. Okay. So when it comes to marketing in general this year, because I know it's been like kind of a whirlwind of like the last year for you, because you've gone lowest of lows, highest of highs, and a whole bunch of scenarios in your life right now. But what is one of the biggest things that you've learned and like where you've stepped into, like, I've literally watched you grow. I would say just from January of this year, grow into such a strong leader and like marketing director at 26 years old and running a multi-million-dollar company and saying like standing in your own, saying like, this is the budget that we need. This is what we're doing. Either get on board or maybe not that because it's your parents, but get on board or like whatever, but we need this is why they hired you. So like, what is like one of your biggest,
just
like,
believe in me. That's what that's what I asked for.
Do you ever like look back and say, holy shit, like, did I ever think I'd get to this point?
Sometimes I do. I mean, I'm obviously not in the position that I thought I would be in, like when I was in college, because it never was my plan to take over.
Obviously, yeah. You said you did not want to be in that.
Yeah, with my parents and like actually be building out like a franchise model with my mom and things like that. Like we literally are building a legacy together, and that's what we say. Because I mean, I have Reese. Like I want him to be able to benefit from this as well, and like our other grandkids and things like that. So we're trying to build like an actual family legacy that can affect multiple generations in a positive way.
First off, did you ever think that you'd be in this point?
No.
And second, what is like the biggest like moment that you're proud of from just even like this last year? Like we never really take a step back and like give ourselves like grace and like, holy shit, like I did that. Like I did this and I'm really freaking proud. So this is your moment to like really think, don't just spit something out and think about like, what is something that I'm like so proud of myself for doing?
I would say as a whole, like as a person, I have completely changed since the day my child was born. Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. I am a totally different person than I was before April 17th of 2023. He brought me closer to the Lord because I will say I was as a child, but through high school and college, like any high school, college kid, you kind of go from that and you're more worried about like what you want to do, what's fun. He brought me closer to the Lord, which has brought me closer to intentionally praying, which is extremely important and I think has led me to the place that I am today. So one of probably the proudest thing right now, the thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that Hunter and I went through the loss of a twin. So Reese was a twin. That was a roller coaster of emotion. So finding out you're having twins is a roller coaster of emotions. You're terrified, then you're like, okay, we can do this. You're excited, and then you lose the other one. So then it's kind of like a downhill from there. We got through that together. My grandfather was diagnosed with cancer. Literally my heart and soul, everything. He just hung the moon and the stars in my world. We went through that entire thing. So I would say October through February. He died in February right before Reese was born. So that was super emotional. We got through that. And then Reese was born in April, and 6 weeks later, I was the vice president of marketing for a multi-million-dollar agency. So I would say just getting through all of those highs and lows is like a win for me.
Yeah.
And like coming out on top and being able to look at the numbers and show my parents like what we've done. And then they both looked at me like yesterday and be like, I'm so proud of you. All I've ever wanted was my parents to be proud of me. And I know they have been, but like hearing it. It's like.
But in a capacity of like helping them build their business that they've done. And
then when your husband looks at you and he's like, you're kicking ass. Like, it just, I'm a words of affirmation girl. Like, you don't need to buy me anything. Like, just tell me like if I'm doing right or wrong, and I want honest.
Yeah.
So when they look at me and tell me those things, I'm like, okay, like I'm doing good.
I like a hug and words of affirmation, just so for you know. And maybe like a margarita or wine. It's not about me, it's still about you. But anyway.
I like those things too, but I thought we were talking about like a proud moment.
You were talking about you, you know, and I just like kind of just jumped in there in case you needed to know.
I'm used to it.
I'm very proud of you in general because like even just seeing you as like a new mom and saying like, I can't travel, I can't do this, I can't leave Reese. I'm like, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
The best thing I ever did was hire a full-time nanny. Zoe is literally God sent.
And
okay, wait, let me tell the story really
Okay,
quick.
go. Yeah.
Tell me if we don't have time.
Well, she doesn't. Mallory, do we have time? Okay, cool, thanks, go.
Okay, so I want to tell this story because it kind of ties back to like my intentional praying, which has led me to where I am today. Here's like something that you're gonna be like, oh my God, you probably already know this.
Okay, go.
So Reese was born and I went through all the emotions, postpartum, my baby, like how am I ever gonna leave him? I literally lock in the windows and the doors and like extreme postpartum anxiety. Could not leave him. Could not even take a shower without him in the bathroom. Like, it was horrible.
Yeah.
So I was like, how am I even going to go back to work? How am I going to continue my life if he's not attached to me? Like, what am I going to do? So whenever I went back to work at 6 weeks, I brought him with me until he was 6 months old. Every day.
Every day.
Work, baby at the same time, then go home, baby, then go back to work, baby at the same time. So, like, there was no break.
There was literally no break.
And it was getting to the point where he was becoming uncomfortable at the office because he was bored and, like, it wasn't really a place for him. And I was getting to the point where, like, I can't get anything done, so I'm about to just go home. So my mom and dad were like, okay, and Hunter, because he was like, your mental state is actually spiraling right now. We need some help. So I was totally against daycare. No offense to anyone that puts their kid in daycare, but that's just not really my thing. Because of my anxiety, like I want him in my house with someone that I've hired specifically for just him. So I went on the search for a nanny. You remember this situation? I actually posted it on Facebook. Got like 50 people that messaged me, and there was like so many immediate no's.
There's like no, yeah.
No, like you stink. Like I just can't. Sorry, no.
She smelled them literally. Anyway, go ahead.
And I found one, and her name is Zoe. Messaged her, and we messaged back and forth for a few days, and then she came in and met Reese. But long story short, let's get to the part that actually ties to the intentional prayer. So we were in Tenshaw hunting with Hunter. Mm-hmm. Reese was 8 months old. Mm-hmm. And we woke up one morning and I looked at him and he had a ladybug on his cheek. Mm-hmm. He was sleeping. So I took a picture of it and I sent it to my mom and I was like, oh, I wonder if this is granddad like visiting Reese. Like, and I looked up the message of a ladybug and it all tied together to that type of thing. So I loved it. I was like, oh my God, he's visiting him. So we go in the deer stand. There's a ladybug in the deer stand. So I'm like, okay, it's all on the same property. This place must really be about ladybugs. Go home. I'm vacuuming the rug by our bed, and there's a ladybug. Never seen a ladybug in my house before. There's a ladybug.
Same ladybug, I think, at this point. Go ahead.
No, I never thought
it like traveled with you because you've never seen a ladybug in your house.
So then I tell this story to someone, her name, Whitney. I tell her the story, and because she's all into that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
And she literally texted me the night that I told her. She was in her bathroom bathing her son, and she said, there's a ladybug in my bathroom. So then I'm at dinner with Hunter and Zoe, and I'm telling Zoe the story about the ladybug and how like I feel like he was giving me a sign because I was intentionally praying to him. Give me a sign to show me that I can leave Reese and I will be okay and he will be okay. Like, whether it's a red bird, whether it's an insect, like, whatever it is, give me a sign.
Give me
Rainbows,
something.
Like, I am looking for them.
Yeah.
The ladybug. Zoe looked at me and she's like, I'm not trying to, like, freak you out, but guess what my nickname is? Ladybug.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I didn't know this. You didn't tell me this.
Didn't tell you the story?
No.
Because I feel like people think it's boring, but I think it's like so.
Well, that's the sign that you were
crazy.
looking for. It's not boring.
So that was the sign I was looking for to actually like relinquish my anxiety and stress of leaving Reese and leaving him at home with someone and actually like pouring into my professional life. And I'm really glad that I've done that because I think years from now he's gonna look back and be like, "Wow, Mom."
And he's gonna see you building a business. Then he's gonna be your business. And then guess what? He may or may not want to be in this business, but he's gonna have the work ethic of someone that has built a business or knows what it's like to be a hard worker or whatever that is. You're showing him what's possible. And I remember having this conversation with you when we were supposed to go to Casey's retreat together in January. And I was like, you will get to a point where you can leave him, but you just weren't there yet. It doesn't but there's so many, like if you're a mom and you're listening to this and there are times where you don't have the option. Cause like obviously when I had Henry, I went back to work at 12 weeks and I had to bring him to daycare. So I wasn't in entrepreneurship. I was still working in corporate. Like we feel you and hear you, but like you getting up and going back to work or whatever you feel called to do is teaching our children work ethic. It's teaching them grit. It's teaching them that no matter what they want to do in life, it is possible because mom and dad did it or mom did it or their grandmother did or whoever it is in their life that's showing them this pathway. And I'm just so proud because like even from like January, now you have Zoe, the kid goes with you, Zoe goes with you, everybody just packs on up and comes with you. Yeah. But I just think that's something like one, he gets to experience with you. You get to experience it with him.
And it ties all into the legacy building that we're doing with the business too. Like we bring him everywhere and he just watch. So Zoe entertains him wherever we are during that day, whether we go shopping or to the park or they hang out at the pool or whatever. And then that evening, my mom and I get to meet up with Zoe and Reese for dinner and we have dinner and hang out and just really cool. And I actually explained to our management team yesterday, I was like, I know y'all probably are so tired of me saying that I love Seaside, but going with my mom to Seaside is like, it's kind of like we're still working and building our legacy and our brand, but it's a little step away from like what we've built here.
Yeah.
So we can spend more intentional time together and more intentional time with Reese. And it's just so special. I love it. Love it.
The life you built.
Anyways, I'm going to Seaside next week.
You're going to move there before we even know what day it is. How do you feel about this podcast being in a bathtub still? Do we feel like it's cool?
I think that like I'm used to it at this point, but
it's getting borderline uncomfy.
My ankles kind of hurt.
My butt kind of hurts, honestly. And I don't even know if I'm getting a shot of like from this camera.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're seeing right now.
Well, they're going to have fun editing
maybe like
this.
Major double chin.
It's going to be fine. Okay, anyway, let's talk. What do you want to talk about now? Talk about this. Y'all put on a lot of events, right? Like your mastermind. Why do y'all feel like that's necessary, especially in your industry? Like what have you gotten from getting in the room at events? Why do you think it's powerful to get your agents in a room? Why do you think it's powerful to put on an event that's open to agents that aren't even in your freaking agency? Like, why do you feel like this is something that's so important when running a business, building a brand, whatever it is?
Yeah, so we do two events a year just for our agents. The first one is the awards luncheon, usually in February and March, and it's to just celebrate all of the agents that have worked so hard the previous year.
Yeah.
And then we do our AEP kickoff in September, which is the kickoff to annual enrollment period where the carriers come and unravel all of their new benefits and things like that. And the agents get all of their knowledge to prepare for the upcoming enrollment. Mm-hmm. And then this year we started Medicare Mastermind, which we did in March, which was really fun.
It was so fun.
Yeah. So it was a one-day event. We had some great speakers come in. We actually had a little bit of product knowledge. We did a live podcast at the end with Justin Brock and everyone loved it. But I think the reason why they love that is because the insurance industry is so boring. And yes, you can go to a website and get all the information you need and read it and know what you're talking about. But getting to be in a room live, hear from industry leaders, hear from other agents, collaborate with other people, do things that make the industry more fun. They enjoy that.
Yes.
So we were literally talking about this yesterday. Are we going to do a Medicare Mastermind again? And we're like, yeah.
Why do you find that that's important?
They just loved being in the room and collaborating with everyone. And like our Medicare Mastermind.
So if this is your moment to pitch it to the outside world, because you are going to allow other agents, correct, that are from other agencies
so that's
to come.
I was about to say. So our Medicare Mastermind is not just for Fussell Group agents. We actually open that up to any licensed insurance agent that wants to come. And it's a one-day event, and we have speakers from all over the world. Honestly, we had you come and speak about marketing. We had Justin Brock speak about the industry, the Medicare industry. We had Brandon come speak about Heartland and their ancillary products. We had Casey D'Amato speak about personal growth and mindset and things like that. And then we did a live podcast with Justin at the end. So it was just really cool. It was a day full of like knowledge and inspiration, and you leave there fired up and like ready to take on the world. And in an industry that's so boring, it's important to have events like that and days like that because it reminds you of why you're doing what you're doing.
Yes.
So we loved it. I mean, we had a blast. We did it. It was the first time we ever did it. We definitely are doing it again.
So if you are a licensed insurance agent, want to learn more, want to get in a room with other people, industry experts, whatever the case may be, you do not have to work for the Fussell Group. You just have to go. So follow Bigga on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and like wait until they announce it. It'll be like at the beginning of next year again.
Yeah, so we're getting through our AAP kickoff, which is September 9th for our agents to prepare for the upcoming enrollment period. And right after we get through that event, we're going to start planning the Mastermind. And we'll probably launch that in like January.
I love it. Okay, tell everybody the importance of getting online and on video on social media, because I really want to talk about that too, because like I'm so proud of how far you've come.
Okay, it is very important. I will say, like when you used to text me every day, get online, get on Facebook.
You know, you only really started getting on stories like what was it, like 6-8 months ago?
It was like December, I think.
Because you're like, oh, you want me to, it was literally right after I drug you to a Legree class.
Yeah, it was like around that time. Well, it was hard for me because I was like, I can talk on camera. Like I literally went to school.
Cameras.
I went to school for this. Like this is what my degree's in. That's the easy part. Even like the red dot that says you're live on ESPN, like it's fine. I'm cool. But turning it around and looking at myself and talking to literally nobody.
You're like.
And then rewatching it and posting it. And then all of my family and friends are seeing it. I'm like.
Cringe.
Ew. Major ick.
It's not an ick. It's not an ick.
But I'm used to it now. I'm comfortable with it now.
It's weird.
And people love it. It's
they
like reality TV. People love reality TV. People love to watch your life through your stories.
Thank you. They love to see the human.
It's honestly weird. But I mean, every time you post a story, I'm going to watch it and see what you have to say.
Exactly. If you don't start putting captions on your stories, I'm going to...
Okay, I forget about the captions.
I know, but I don't ever listen on loud. So I need you to put the captions on.
Well, I want people to listen to my voice.
Okay, I will.
Otherwise, I'll just type it out.
You're going to type out all of that, what you're saying?
I don't have a lot to say.
Y'all, you need to get friends that'll just get in a bathtub and talk on a podcast with you.
Yeah, like, what are we even doing? We should bring Mom. Put her in the middle.
Put her in the middle.
I think she would have been like, no, girls, I'm not doing that. Sorry.
I think she would have been down if I gave her a cocktail.
If you gave the cocktail, you'd have to tell her that.
Okay, so if you've watched this and you've liked it, we need to know if we need to do more bathtub talks.
Also, we are talking about like launching like a monthly like
podcast episode
of me and you just like
chatting,
talking the shit, not about people, just like about
maybe
about people.
You know what kind of shit we could talk about people?
We can make fake names for people.
Yes.
I know some people we can bring in too.
And just talking about like how they can't get over themselves and just advertise and market their business online.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the route you were going.
Not really, but we can. We can do that.
My butt hurts. Oh my God.
Hunter and John are going to be like, y'all are not allowed
What
to do
is
that.
happening in our house? My bathtub's big enough to sit in mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wrap our hair in a towel.
We could go buy the chicken coop.
The chickens.
We could get one of those water buckets that like cows drink out of. And sit
like
in
a trough?
By the chicken coop.
With water in it?
No, just as the bathtub.
Shut up. That's creative. Okay, What did you think about my chicken video?
It was a little cringe just because you're my best friend, and it was kind of like people were sharing it, and I was like, oof.
It's supposed to be cringe marketing.
But it worked.
Somebody said chicken last night. I said, oh, she said chicken.
At least the jorts
served a purpose. I am keeping them, though. I need you to get over it.
But not to wear in public, just for like...
No. I'm getting them like fashion. I'm getting them cut.
You cannot wear them for a cringe video and then wear them in public.
Yes, I can get them cut. You get them cut. You wear a belt. You wear a fitted tank. You wear a blazer with heels. Watch, I'm going to transform it. I might not be able to transform it, but we're going to try.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
I like it.
Just give you my honest opinion.
I know. I feel like I'm not going to let you see any of the other cringe videos until they hit the internet, just so I can't hear that you were like, oh, don't do it.
No,
don't do it.
It did what the purpose of the video
Was to get attention.
Was to get attention and it worked.
Because let me tell you this. I love people on video, but I'm almost, God, this is going to bite me in the butt. It's going to be fine though. We're going to move on. I'm over the talking heads because like so many people do talking heads now. And so you get lost in translation. So you have to do some fun shit in there. Not like dancing trends, but like go chase a chicken.
So what should I do for the insurance industry?
You just said it. We're going to sit in a bathtub and out by the chickens.
Or we could just do it by the cows. In the trough.
We can go.
While they're, put water in it while they're drinking out of it.
You know what you should do?
That's a little wild.
You should just go ask random questions downtown everywhere about what people know about insurance. That'll be fun to watch.
Oh, that is catchy.
I know. I'm going to do that too. So I'm just going to give you one of my ideas. We have them all written down. I think Mallory's telling us we have 5 minutes. Or we're over time. And if you'd like us to do this again, you just let us know, okay?
In the bathtub at Covey Rise.
Or at my house with wine in our PJs.
Once a month.
With cheese board.
Shit talking.
I can't have cheese. We could do a series of what is... It could be random and we can incorporate randomness in it. Lifestyle, momhood, jorts.
We could talk about things that are trending.
Marketing. What kind of marketing do you think is trending right now?
Definitely social media is like.
But like what type of marketing? I mean, it doesn't have. You don't have to read my mind.
The cringe marketing is like
because I feel like it's just so fun. I'm having so much fun.
People are loving reels right now. Like my husband literally cracks up laughing at like TikTok and shit. Like this
because it's so lighthearted. Like I'm not telling you to go dance like everybody else is dancing because that's stupid and it's not unique and whatever.
I will say it works because when I was so stressed last year, like going through like having a baby and all the things and like the grieving process and the new mom process and what am I going to do with my life process. You know what I watched every single evening before bed with Hunter? Shameless. Because if you watch Shameless.
I've never seen it.
Oh.
Is it going to give me ideas? Oh my God, shut up. Is it going to give me ideas?
If you watch Shameless and you're in the dumps and you watch Shameless, you're like, damn, I'm really doing good in life.
Like it's funny?
It is so funny.
All right, I'm going to watch it.
And it is like, you're going to feel like you're like on top of the world.
What if I did a marketing video? It just came to me. It would be cringe. She's going to say no. Maybe we should just discuss this later. Maybe we'll discuss it later. What if I'm like not really in the bathroom, but kind of on the toilet, but not really on the toilet? No. And you crack the door open and I'm like, hey guys, I just wanted to let you know that.
No, we're not doing that. That's a little much. That is too much.
I'm not going to be on the potty. What if I get a mini potty when you start potty training Reese? I could be a mini potty.
I don't know if I'm gonna do the mini potty thing. This things stink. And I'm not cleaning that.
Well, how the hell are you gonna train him?
He's gonna have a stool, and he can step up to the real potty.
Okay, and that's a wrap. We love you all. Until next time, let's freaking get it. Go follow the Fussell Group, Caroline, and all the things. We'll be back with wine, girl talk, and marketing things that she calls me cringe, but I think they're cool.